Zealand. Michael Chavello ringside with Matt Brooks and super promoter Tarek Solak, and making his way out to the ring, the man who stopped Chris Chrysopolidis in the first quarter-final, Doug Viney. Tarek, how do you fancy Doug Viney's chances?
Well, I watched Doug Viney win the K1 New Zealand last year, and the year before I watched Andrew Peck win the K1 New Zealand the year before. So I've seen both these guys knock 3 people out, so they're both very exciting to watch, and they can both make it to the finals.
These are the two men who have made the K1 New Zealand their own tournament in recent years, and about to make his way to centering the powerhouse, the Demolition Express, Andrew Peck. Matt Brooks may be a little bit slow starting Andrew Peck in his quarter-final fight. He's got to pick up the pace here in the
He's going to have to be more active. I think, you know, Viney, in his fight, he was a little bit slow to start too, but once he decided to go up that notch, he was all over his opponent, and I just felt that perhaps Andrew Peck wasn't able to lift that extra gear.
Let's go across to Nick Robin.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go now for the first of the semi-finals. Firstly, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, victory over Chris Chrysopolidis earlier this evening, hailing from the Lee Jar Gym of the great Lolio Hilamuni in New Zealand, the current K1 New Zealand champion. He knocked out 2 opponents inside 1 round on his way to the title. Ladies and gentlemen, at 97.4 kilograms, welcome back, Doug Viney. And his opponent standing across the ring out of the red corner, the man mountain from New Zealand, a former K1 New Zealand champion. He's trained extensively in Japan, as we mentioned, for this tournament tonight, weighing in at 112.9 kilograms. He had victory over Ron Sifo earlier tonight. The powerhouse, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Andrew Peck.
I guess the other thing too about Andrew Peck is he might have been conserving himself for this situation.
Very true, very true. He expelled a lot of energy last year in his first fight against Paul Robinson. It really sapped him in his semi-final against Mark Hunt. He maybe didn't want to make the same mistake this year, Matt. Well, we see the height advantage actually going the way of Peck there. Doug Viney, the lighter of the two, only 97 kilos. Peck well over the 110 kilo mark. It will be the handiwork and the speed of Viney up against the sheer brute power of the big fella from the red corner, Andrew Peck. We're underway in round number 1, set for 3x3. Doug Viney, we'll see if he's going to be protecting that right rib cage that got such a battering in the opening fight against Chris Chrysopolidis. Andrew Peck just smiling at him. He's all confident, the powerhouse. Dave Hedgecock, the living legend, 3rd man in centre ring. And Tarek, not an empty seat in the house here tonight. We were sold out 10 days ago.
Yes, that's very good news. As I said before, K1 is starting to pull a lot of attention in Australia, and we're doing very well with our crowds.
Outside thigh kick by Viney, just tying up. Oh, he's lifting him off his feet. Great strength there from the shorter fighter and the lighter fighter, Doug Viney, Matt.
You get the feeling, though, that Peck feels he can basically walk through Viney. That's the feeling I'm getting already.
I think Peck has that attitude towards all of his opponents, really. It's what he did in the K1 New Zealand 2 years ago when he knocked 3 out in under a minute. And he hasn't been able to do it since in such fashion. Snappy jab there came close to the nose of Doug Viney. Snappy jab from Viney. Peck just backing him against the ropes. Peck dominating the centre of the ring. He looks a little bit rigid here, though, Andrew Peck, Tarek.
Yeah. Yes, he's a karate fighter. He's from Kokushin, from Sadakakan Karate, and he's got very good high kicks. I'm surprised he hasn't been using them since he's come to Melbourne last year and this year. But in New Zealand, he did knock out 2 blokes with a head kick in the first round.
One of those was Ron Sefo, of course, one of the all-time great shin kick knockouts in the final of the K1 New Zealand 2000. Outside thigh kick there from Doug Viney. Oh, he's taking him up to the rib cage. Viney's gone down.
Well, don't forget he went down in his first fight too.
That he did indeed, and look at the grimace of pain on the face of Doug Viney. Andrew Peck celebrating, maybe prematurely. No, it's all over. It's good night, Irene. The Demolition Express, Andrew Peck, has made it through to the final.
Well, that was devastating.
They're the kicks I was talking about in New Zealand that I seen, but this time it was to the body instead of the head.
Well, they say he's got the hardest leg kicks on the planet, Andrew Peck. Those Pearl Harbor leg kicks, you just don't see them coming, and Doug Viney did not see it at all, Matt.
Well, it was totally different to his last fight. I felt in this fight, from the very opening of the contest, that he felt he could walk through Viney, and he did that.
Viney's still down. He's in the hands of ringside physician Dr. Peter Lewis. They are probing the rib cage of the K1 New Zealand champion. who has been done tonight by the former K1 New Zealand champion.
And how pumped is Andrew Peck?
There's the
They're
round kick.
beautiful.
The damaged right rib cage again of Doug Viney. We said it was a problem, Matt.
Timed it perfectly.
And our winner and advancing.
Well, Andrew Peck now will face the winner of Adam Watt or Jason Studdy.
New Zealand champion.
I think he shouldn't be doing that right now. He needs that energy for the